Hey, if you're a fan of the fall season like I am, today you got to stick around for this video. I'm going to go through some of my favorite things to do here in Central Florida during this fall, September, October, November season. Stick around. You don't want to miss this one. Hey everyone, it's Matt here once again with the Matt Allen Real Estate Team. Thank you for joining me today. Today's going to be a fun one. I thought this would be fun for us to go through some of the best things to do here in Central Florida in the fall, things that I love to do with my family, things that we do because we're a big Halloween family. We've got several birthdays in October. I actually do a haunted house, which we'll talk about at the very end. But if you're new to this station, hit the like, hit that subscribe button. It's helping me grow my channel, and I continue to grow and want to provide you the best information about Central Florida I possibly can. So, without further delay, I'm going to jump right into this, and we're going to talk about fall festivals. So, quite honestly, I am a sucker for fall festivals. I don't know if it's the nostalgia or the fact I got something to do to bring my family to, or what it is, but I love them, and we have been to a lot of them here in Central Florida. Now, I've narrowed it down to three. And if you miss any of this information, I'm going to post it down below. So don't worry, you'll have some links to these websites. But the three top ones we love and we continue to go back to, one is called Great Scott Farms. It's in the Mount Dora Zellwood area. They're known for their Zellwood corn, which is a type of corn down here that's pretty famous. Not like that Northeast corn that we used to love as kids, but it is pretty good. Um, they do a great job with their fall festival. They do a hayride. They've got a bunch of games and bounce houses and things for the kids. They usually have food there. They have a pumpkin patch, so you can pick up a pumpkin on your way out or in. They've got some photo ops. So that's number one on my list. The next one is going to be uh, Southern Farms, which is one we go to quite regularly and probably go to this year. That one is another one where they've just got a ton of food. I know they have like rock climbing walls and inflatables, they've got a whole restaurant bar area as well, so you can get food. It's a really good time. They also have a pumpkin patch as well. And then the last one I haven't been to in a while. It's called Santa's Farm. I believe that one is out in the North Lake County area. And again, I'll put the links to these down below so you have them. They had a ton of stuff. They had a train ride. They've got a zip line. Again, food and pumpkins and things like that. So those are my top three. You've got Great Scott Farms, Southern Farms, and then Santa's Farm. And Santa's Farm, I believe, has some Santa things happening there. Don't know whether that's happening in the fall, but those are my three. Now, I always say this. One of the reasons I love Central Florida is there's always things happening, always things going on. And if in September you've never been to Magical Dining, this is one you definitely have to check out. What happens is, and this year there are over 150 restaurants taking part in this prefixed meal. It gives you a chance to go out and try some of the newer restaurants, some of the high-end restaurants. And they try to do a three-course meal that's fairly reasonable. I think they can be either $40 or $60. It includes an appetizer, a main meal, and then a dessert. So really gives you a chance to get out there and try some of these new restaurants. And believe me, we have new restaurants coming into Central Florida daily. So it really gives you a chance to try some new things. I'm going to give you my top four that I absolutely love. And one we've already been to in the last couple of weeks, and that's Ocean Prime. It's right here on Sand Lake Road. Most of these are on Sand Lake Road. Morton's is another one I love. And Eddie V's on Sand Lake Road. So most are steak restaurants, so that's kind of why I like them. And then the last one was Capitol Grill on I Drive. I just love to go there. My wife and I love to go there for dinner. So magical dining, you got to try it. Now, when we talk about festivals, we're talking about things that go on pretty much every weekend through the fall season. But there's also a category I like to mention. These are like they go on for a couple of days, but they're become very well known here in Central Florida. And I want to mention those as kind of short term festivals. The first one I haven't been to in a while, but I have been to it. It's called Pig on the Pond. It's in Claremont. Claremont is a growing area. If you don't know anything about it, shoot me a message below and I'm happy to give you some more information. It's a growing town, but it's also growing in culture. They have a big barbecue festival. They have a barbecue competition, and it's right down on the lake. They have a ton of food and things to do down there. I think they bring in crafts and whatnot. That's going on October the 11th through the 13th. So check that out if you're in town. The next one is the Mount Dora Craft Fair. If you've never been to this one, it is gigantic. It is an awesome craft fair. People from all over, and it fills the streets. And if you haven't been to Mount Dora, it's a must see. You got to check that area out. There's just a ton of things to do. There's restaurants down there. But that's going on from October 26th until the 27th, I believe. But again, check those links down below for the most accurate information. My last one, which doesn't get a lot of recognition, but it's really fun. My son loves it. It's the Celebration Oktoberfest. Um, and I don't have the date for that one, but they have the leaves falling nightly or daily or whatever it is, so that they actually have fake fall leaves because we don't really have a fall season down here, and they fall from the downtown main area. It's a lot of fun. They have music down there. A lot of the restaurants put displays out front and have food for people to try, and always some good beers down there as well. So those are my three short-term, I guess you'd call them short-term festivals and craft fairs. Now, saving the best for last because it is my favorite are Halloween events that go on. Well, they've started in late August and go on till early November here in Central Florida because it is a mecca for Halloween haunted house events and things like that. Um, so I'm going to mention the ones that are the most popular and a couple that you may have never heard. Obviously, when we talk about Halloween Horror Nights is probably rated the top in the United States as far as the sheer number of houses and all the things they have going on there. In fact, we're going there next week. It gets pretty crowded in October, so we try to hit it in September. But that goes on for quite a while. If you've never heard of it or you're not familiar with it, again, I'll put some links down below. I would mention SeaWorld also has two events. They have a Halloween Spooktacular, which is more of a kids event, and that goes on during the day. And then they have their Hollow Scream event that goes on in the evenings. And that's a lot of fun. I'm going to try to get to that in 2 weeks. And then Mickey's Not So Scary at Disney World. They have a very kid friendly event where they give out candy. SeaWorld also does that during their spectacular. So there's a lot of opportunity to just try new things and get out there and get a little scare, which is always fun. Some of the smaller events I'm going to mention, I'm going to do a personal plug here, but Petrified Forest. That's an event that goes on. I believe it's Altamont Springs. It's a smaller event, but it's been going on for many, many years, and they do a phenomenal job. Really scary. They've got a lot of good actors in there, scare actors that do a great job scaring people. I forgot to mention Hollow Scream also has an event down in Busch Gardens in Tampa. So That one's probably a little bit bigger than the SeaWorld event, but SeaWorld just started theirs, I think, 3 or 4 years ago, so they're catching up. Um, there's one called Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. Haven't been to that one yet, but they have amazing reviews. So check out that one as well. And then if you're in the Dr. Phillips area, I will plug the Allen Asylum, which is my personal haunted house. We do the weekend before Halloween and then Halloween night. It's a charity haunted house. A lot of fun. We have a not so scary 45 minutes or half hour before where the kids can walk through, and we turn all the lights on so it's not as scary. But we really have actors that are in there scaring people. We try to improve on it every year. So those are the Halloween events here in Central Florida. Check them out as well. Now, I could go on and on. There's so many events here in Central Florida, but I wanted to hit just the big ones. If you happen to know of some other great events, I am always willing to hear more and share more. So send me a message, send me a message below, or contact me on my mobile number. You can text me, call me 321-228-5555. I hope you found this interesting, maybe a little bit entertaining today. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.